There is an abundance of artists, especially gay artists out there, but which ones should you listen to? And which ones should be added to your playlist? In this video, I'm taking a look at 5 kind of obscure LGBTQ artists that you should definitely be listening to. But before we get into that, I just want to give a special shout out to my Patreon members for supporting me over on Patreon. If you don't know, I also have a Patreon page where I show you stuff that I don't show you on YouTube. So if you want to check it out, I've got a link in the description of this video. But for now, let's head over towards the rainbow and follow the yellow brick road.
Follow the yellow brick road.
Can't do this again, don't wanna be your friend, can't play pretend.
Gallipony is one of those artists who feels like he exists halfway between the late night text you shouldn't send and a perfectly polished pop record. Based in New York, he's carved out a niche for himself in sleek, emotionally charged dance pop music, and while he's still under the radar for most people, his catalog has been quietly stacking up over the past few years.
Three times the wrong thing getting me high.
Tracks like 3 Times and Rather Be Lonely has helped establish his sound, but it's his 2026 single Hot and Bothered that really locks in what he does best.
Let's get it started on my body, get you hot and bothered.
Hot and Bothered lives exactly where the title suggests, somewhere between desire and mild emotional chaos. It's glossy, rhythmic, and built for movement, but there's a restlessness underneath it that keeps it from feeling like just another club track. Gallipony doesn't shy away from tension, he kind of leans into it, wraps it in a clean production and kind of lets it simmer. What makes him stand out from all the other artists out there is how intentional everything feels. There's a lot of modern pop out there that aims for this kind of sleek, late-night energy, but it often ends up sounding interchangeable. Gallipony avoids that trap by making sure there's always a personality pushing through the production. His music feels specific, like it belongs to real moments, not just playlists. He's also refreshingly unafraid of being dramatic, not over the top for the sake of it, but just enough to make the song feel heightened and a little bit dangerous. And that balance, polished but still emotionally messy, is where he really wins. If you're into pop music that sounds expensive but still has a pulse, he's definitely worth your time. Thank you to viewer Sean Burgess for suggesting this artist. Hunx, spelled with an X instead of KS, and whose real name is Seth Bogart, has been doing his own thing for long enough that he doesn't need to chase trends, and thankfully he doesn't even try to do that. First gaining attention with his chaotic electronic group, Gravy Train, before launching Hunx in the late 2000s, he built a reputation on bratty, funny and surprisingly heartfelt punk pop. Fast forward to now, and he's still doing that in 2026. Hunx's big advantage is that he never sounds overly calculated. Where a lot of artists polish every edge until nothing interesting is left, his music keeps a bit of grit. There's a strong influence of old school girl groups and garage rock bands in his work, but it's filtered through his own very specific sense of humor and perspective. What really sets him apart though, is how he handles camp. For some artists, camp is just aesthetic, something to wear and then kind of discard. For Hunx, it's baked into the music itself. His songs can be funny, dramatic, a little bit ridiculous and still completely sincere. And that's not easy to pull off. If Gallipony is polished pop with emotional tension, then Hunx is the opposite side of the coin, scrappy, bold and completely uninterested in playing it safe.
Hear the music playing, feel my heart beating bad.
Big Boy Therapy is a Helsinki-based dance pop duo, and they bring a very different kind of energy to this list. Where some artists aim for emotional introspection or lyrical depth, Big Boy Therapy is far more interested in how the music feels in your body first. Their latest single, Don't Stop, released in 2026, does exactly what the title promises. It's high energy, rhythm driven, and built with a clear understanding of club dynamics. Before that, tracks like Room and Unconventional Man help to shape their identity, bold, slightly cheeky, and very aware of the space they're operating in. There's also a strong connection to LGBTQ+ club culture running throughout most of their work. What sets Big Boy Therapy apart is how they balance humor and precision. The name alone suggests that they don't take themselves too seriously, but the production tells a very different story. The beats are tight, the pacing is deliberate, and the tracks are clearly designed with intention. A lot of dance pop either goes too glossy and loses its personality, or too rough and loses its accessibility. Big Boy Therapy, on the other hand, threads that needle nicely. Their music is fun without being disposable and playful without being lazy. They're also not afraid of being a little bit theatrical. Not in a grand cinematic way, but in a sense that each track feels like it has its own point of view. And that keeps things interesting, especially in a genre where songs can easily blur together. Armand Joubert is probably the most obscure name on this list to my viewers, but he's also one of the most consistently active ones. Originally from Witbank, South Africa, he first came into the public eye through The Voice South Africa, but he didn't disappear after that exposure, he built on it. Over the past few years, he's been steadily releasing music, and his 2026 single, Myne, which translates to Mine, continues that run. It sits comfortably alongside his recent tracks, showing an artist who's not experimenting wildly from release to release, but instead refining a clear pop identity. His latest single leans into his strengths, a strong vocal performance, a polished production style, and a sense of emotional clarity. He doesn't overcomplicate things, and that kind of works in his favor. The song feels direct, confident, and easy to connect with. What makes Joubert stand out is how naturally he blends performance and sincerity. He has a vocal presence of someone who understands stagecraft. There's a bit of drama in how he delivers a line, but it never feels forced. The emotion lands because he feels genuine, not exaggerated. There's also something refreshing about how consistent he is. In a music landscape where artists often reinvent themselves every few months, Joubert seems more interested in building something stable and recognizable. That makes his catalog easy to get into, because you know exactly what you're getting. He's focused on making well-crafted pop music with a clear identity, and there's a real value in that. Sometimes, the most effective thing an artist can do is simply to know who they are and commit to it. Manuk is an Argentinian-born singer-songwriter and actor based in Sydney, Australia, and is carving out a dynamic career in the entertainment industry, making waves with singles like Overstimulated, Chills, and So Far, which have collectively garnered over 100,000 streams on Spotify. Music is a deeply personal endeavor for him, as he describes it as his safe place for processing emotions. His passionate performances and genuine connection to his work resonates with audiences worldwide. He has also ventured into acting, gaining recognition for his role in the 2023 LGBTQ thriller comedy The Winner Takes It All. He has also done some modeling work, including a collaboration on a men's underwear line, which highlights his creativity and charisma, showcasing his talent for blending aesthetics with personal expression. Manuk is openly gay, and has spoken publicly about his sexuality and the importance of embracing authenticity in his personal and professional life. His music and public persona often celebrates themes of love, self-expression, and LGBTQ pride, resonating strong with queer audiences. If you enjoyed this video, you might enjoy a video that I did in the past where you suggested 10 gay singers that I should listen to. You can watch that video next by clicking on the link that will be popping up on your screen in a moment. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, give me a thumbs up. It seems like something small, but I promise you it does help my channel to grow. You can also check out some of the other great videos on my channel, or if you're more adventurous, you can check out one of my smaller channels. The links to those channels are in the description of this video. Once again, thank you very much, and I'll see you in the next video.